Middle Tennessee Electric, your locally owned electric cooperative and your trusted energy advisor. Be part of the show by emailing your questions to radio@goblueraiders.com or tweeting us using the hashtag AskStock. Rick Stockstill Live is brought to you by Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. Lewis Bakeries, bakers of Bunny, Sunbeam, and Healthy Life Breads. Bud Light. Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. And Ascension St. Thomas, official hospital partner of MTSU. Now, here's your host, the voice of the Blue Raiders, Chip Walters.
Welcome in tonight to the Boulevard for our first episode of the 2021 season. Rick Stockstill Live, Chip Walters here from the Blue Raider Network. And the head coach is with us. And, Coach, how are you today?
I'm great, Chip. Boy, it's exciting to be here at the Boulevard and do our show here. I think this is really going to be a great atmosphere and a great opportunity to include a lot of people, you know, the students being close and everything and faculty. So I'm excited about having our show here this year.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. And stick with us as we go through the hour. We've got some special things coming up tonight. Coming up around 6:20, Reed Blankenship will be joining me here, and coming up at 6:30, we'll get the inside scoop on the Monmouth Hawks. But to get things started, we do want to remind you, first of all, that our show each and every week is presented by Middle Tennessee Electric, your locally owned electric cooperative and trusted energy advisor. And Stock, it has... it's so hard not to look back at a year ago and how things were and now how things are. One of the things is you're getting to spend more time on football than administrating, I guess.
Yeah, it's the first thing that came to my mind right there when you said that is, Reed wouldn't be coming down here today if it was the same as last year because he was locked up in quarantine forever. And but no, it's good to be able to meet with the guys again and actually talk football and actually plan and organize. You still have to. We're still cognizant of. I was doing it today of, seating on the bus and who's going to room with who and how we're going to do that. But I feel like I'm more experienced at it now this year than I was. This time last year, obviously. So, but it's just we're not back to normal, but we're a heck of a lot closer to it than we were this time last year.
With the way things are right now in the country and in the local area, do you have some fear and trepidation that we might be going a little backwards?
Yeah, I do. You worry a little bit about it, and just because it doesn't sound like things are getting better. Schools here in the area, high schools, middle schools are shutting down, and the NFL. I saw where they put a bunch of guys on, the COVID list today. So it doesn't seem like it's getting better. Our guys have done a good job of, doing what we've asked them to do from a mask standpoint and a vaccination standpoint. But it is in the back of your mind that it's a little scary that, things could revert back.
Rules are a little different this year, especially because the number of folks vaccinated it allows you to change, how you go about things a little bit. Where is your team as far as your 113 guys on your active roster?
Chip, actually we have 119, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, whatever, but we've got a pretty decent, percentage of our guys that are either vaccinated or are in the process of, in between shots 1 and 2. So, they have been and are taking it serious and are trying to do everything to keep not only themselves and their family safe, but, their teammates. And, so we're in pretty decent shape. You'd like to be a little bit better, obviously, but we're in pretty good shape right now.
But all in all, after last season ended and you came back and got into your early morning workouts, then got into what was a pretty normal spring practice, and then summer workouts, and here you go to fall camp. There's a whole lot more normal feeling about it than like you mentioned, like if we were sitting here a year ago today.
Yeah, you know, we're still doing some of the things that we had to do last year. We're wearing a mask if we're inside, you know, in our meetings inside, the locker room, the Murphy Center, all that stuff. We're still doing that. We still got a couple position groups that are meeting outside, again, just to try to keep them safe. Our numbers in the weight room are a little bit higher than what they were last year. Last year we divided them up into 4 different groups, I think. You know, this year we've got them into 3 different groups. So we're able to put a few more people in the weight room. They still have to wear a mask in the weight room like they did last year. You know, but just again, it's got a better vibe. There's a better feel of what's going on than there was, you know, last year, because one, just the unknown of everything and what was going to be next.
Well, the best vibe will be when we don't even have to bring this up anymore, but it is part of it is part of what we do. And with your team, it's going to be interesting when you look at roster management, roster makeup. But let's start with your coaching staff. You had a couple of changes on your coaching staff, and I think what we've seen has been a very positive influence on what the product on the field is going to be.
Yeah, you know, I'm really excited about, you know, both Brents, you know, Dearman and Stockstill, you know, so both of those guys have really, you know, brought a bunch of positive energy. They're both really good coaches. They're dynamic. They're young. They're passionate about it. They have a good rapport, a good relationship, you know, with the players that they coach. And then, you know, not just those guys, but, you know, the other guys on the offense and the whole entire team. So it's been a great addition, those two guys.
When you look at roster makeup, you mentioned you had 119 guys. Used to be 105, somewhere in that ballpark. Give folks an idea with the free pass from a year ago. What has that meant to roster makeup and how you go about managing it?
To me, it's been good and bad. The good part of it is, you know, this year we got 10 guys back that we shouldn't have back because they were afforded an extra year. You know, the bad part is, you know, so did everybody else get an extra year. And what a coach, you're kind of put in a tough situation. You know, you asked me, how many can we sign this year? You know, right now I can tell you 10. You know,
wow.
But I don't know those guys that are juniors this year that should be seniors. Are they going to come back? Are they going to leave? Are there guys that, you know, could come back that you're going to have to say, hey, you know, we've got to get this or that at that position? So, you know, the NCAA was, you know, Mr. Good Guy and gave everybody another year, and now coaches
got to figure out what to do with it.
You know, and so it's going to affect recruiting and. You know, because hopefully we want to sign more than 10 guys, but right now that's all we know we can sign.
Yeah, I think last year in November when we were talking about this going into the December signing period, you had a big concern about how it was going to affect the 2021 high school senior class.
Yeah, and the high school kid, I think from here on out, is getting the short end of the stick. And with the transfer portal and everything, that I think colleges are going to look at, if I take a high school kid and develop him for a couple years, you know, he's got an option to leave at any time. that if I take somebody out of the portal, I take a transfer guy, he's used his one-time transfer, and I've got him. I don't have to worry about him going somewhere. So we've got to do a good job. You got to study and have a good mix. I don't think you can have 25 transfer portal guys every year, and I don't think you can have 25 high school kids every year anymore. So it's got to be a mix in there of, enough transfer. And then the other thing, Chip, I think, especially for us, group of 5 schools, I think the junior colleges, we may have a chance to get some junior college guys that normally we might not have a chance to get because the Power Fives would go after them. I think the Power Fives now may go after the portal guys more, than the junior college.
It is putting a big 1,000-piece puzzle together, isn't it?
It's and it changes daily.
We're live across from campus at the Boulevard Bar and Grill, greatest sports bar and grill in Murfreesboro. So stop by tonight and join us. We've got a lot more to go here with Rick Stockstill live from Learfield.
At Ascension St. Thomas, care is more than a word. Care is serving our patients, standing with them in times of need, and showing compassion when they're at their most vulnerable. Care is listening and delivering personalized plans from a team of specialists, providing leading-edge treatments at every step. At Ascension St. Thomas, care is more than a word. It's our calling. Make your next appointment at getsthealthcare.com.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Dr. Mark Hardison with Middle Tennessee Oral and Implant Surgery. We are so proud to be able to serve the Blue Raider teams and their families when they need wisdom teeth removed, dental implants, or other specialty oral care. Our mission is to provide health care as it should be, providing compassion, availability, and excellence to every one of our patients. We deeply appreciate the support of your business as we join in supporting our team. Let's go Blue!
What do you think of when you hear community, integrity, commitment, tradition, and partners? The folks at Sodexo know it's family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers. The people we live with, work with, share our world with, and the fans we love to serve. Sodexo volunteers is you. Sodexo is a community of people who are committed to enhancing your game day experience. Sodexo, proud server of your game day concession needs and proud to serve the Blue Raiders.
Ow, that hurts. What is that?
It must be the mosquitoes.
Why are they swarming around us?
Because you set up our tent next to a pond.
I need something for these bites.
How about the summer instant games from the Tennessee Lottery? If you win, maybe the next place we vacation won't be next to a pond.
Hey, can you scratch this for me?
Your back?
No, the ticket.
Play the Summer Instant Games with chances to win up to $1 million. Only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Coach Rick Stockstill. Have you heard about the MTSU debit card from Ascend Federal Credit Union? This card is exactly what you need for your busy lifestyle. Use it online and in stores. Purchases are automatically deducted from your Ascend checking account, and you can even add the card to your mobile wallet for ultimate convenience. Bank where the Blue Raiders belong. Ascend Federal Credit Union, exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics.
Ascend is federally insured by NCUA. Visit us at ascend.org.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Welcome back into Rick Stockstill live tonight from the Boulevard across from campus. Glad to have you along with us. And a couple of notes. We have a new streaming home this year. So if you have been in the past streaming our events, the new streaming home is the Varsity Network. Whether you're on Apple or Android Network, set you up a free account, set up that Middle Tennessee is your favorite, and you can catch all the broadcasts, whether it's coaches' shows, games, or more on the Varsity Network. Coach, you as you move into this final week, things start to take shape with positions. Today on your press conference, you said you were not quite ready to name a starting quarterback yet, but as I asked you then, I'll ask you tonight, kind of characterize how the competition between, not just those two, but all of your quarterbacks, because that's obviously a focus of an offense.
Yeah, I know everybody's, got that question out there, and I understand it. But, I think Chase Cunningham has had a really good camp. He's been very consistent, throughout camp. Bailey's had a really nice camp as well. Mike Dillio, who played the first game last year, and that's all he played, brings a little bit different dynamic with his skill set. So all three of them, it wouldn't surprise me if all three of them, play. And we'll figure it out, as we go. But I'm excited about our quarterback position. I think all three of them, we can win with all three of them. And I love the freshman, Nick Vadiato. I think he's going to be a really good player. He's got he's savvy. He's got a nice moxie to him, and he's a competitor. I really like his demeanor, and he's done a nice job, in the 3 weeks that he's been here. So, but I'm fired up about our quarterback position.
Yep, and protecting that quarterback is an offensive, and knock on wood, you've got some depth there going into the opening game.
Yeah, we're pretty healthy there. I think guys have really improved. Stephen Lasoya has really improved a lot and has had a good camp. Dorian Hinton, really played well towards the end last year and is, picked up from there. Jordan Palmer at center was, hurt most of the year last year, and he's been consistent. Marcus Greer, has been hurt a little bit on and off here in camp, and he's just such a tough competitor, and we're a lot better team when he's out there just because of his fire and his toughness and his competitive spirit. And then Notori Johnson. The transfer from Georgia is what you're looking for. He was whatever he was, a 4 or 5 star recruit. He was for a reason.
He looks it.
He can run. He's got ankles about as big as a pencil, and he's athletic. He's strong, and then at right tackle we got good competition there between Lance Robinson and Magwood there. So. Those guys will battle it out here these next few days. And then behind them, Jamari Williams is a transfer from Arizona. And then at left guard, let me see who's
Falvey.
Yeah, Tyler has done well there. And, Mags has been backed up a little bit there at left tackle also. And then also Jackie Graham, a junior college guy that got here in July, really the 1st of August. Has really started to make a push, and good competition there. He's going to play, he's working to get some playing time also.
Yep, and you talked about your skill positions at running back and wide receiver being about as deep as you've been.
Yeah, it's, running back, it's the last few years it's been, who's available.
Yeah.
And, right now we've got, what I think are 5 really talented backs. And they're all a little bit different skill set wise, but there's a lot of similarities also. And but I'm fired up about him. I think Amir Razul has had a great camp. He's hungry. He hadn't played in a couple years, and I hope he's what he's shown in camp. And, Mob is, Chitan Mobley's kind of turned the corner a little bit and starting to understand who he is and what type of runner he is. And, I thought last year he danced too much, and he's not a dancer. He's a, he's a slow dancer. He's not
not a fast dancer.
Yeah, he's got to run through people. And then, Martell Pettaway from West Virginia, and Brad Anderson is, reliable and can do so many different things out of the backfield as a slot receiver, as a running back. And, you know, people don't talk about Frank Peasant much, but, you know, every time you put the ball in his hand, he shows up.
He had a really good scrimmage last week. So I'll tell you, coming up next, we've got why everybody came tonight. Reed Blankenship is going to be our guest when Rick Stockstill Live returns from the Boulevard from Learfield.
Every week, our Blue Raiders go the extra mile to make sure they're at their very peak. At Sunbelt Bakery, they do the same thing to make sure their granola bars are at their peak. Every week, Sunbelt Bakery brings new batches of granola bars from their bakery to your neighborhood. That's why Sunbelt Bakery's granola bars taste like they just baked them. Because they did. Try a Sunbelt Bakery granola bar today and taste the difference. Sunbelt Bakery. Bakery fresh taste. No preservatives.
Murfreesboro, you can count on an award-winning service team for all your home maintenance and improvement needs. Lee Company, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, recognized by Angie's List as a super service provider since 2008, is ready to assist with all your home maintenance needs. Heating and air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, home improvement, and more. Experience the convenience of calling one phone number for all your home maintenance and improvement needs. Call Lee Company today at 615-867-1000 or visit leecompany.com.
The MTSU Alumni Association is proud of its more than 130,000 living alumni who are leading, teaching, entertaining, researching, flying, farming, nursing, and more worldwide. Every Blue Raider accomplishment adds value to your degree. Are you connected to the MTSU National Alumni Association? Visit mtalumni.com to share what you're doing, update your information, and see how you can be involved and informed. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
There aren't any cops around.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
Hey, I can hold my liquor.
I drink and drive all the time.
If you put away some drinks, put away your keys. Fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic is proud to be the official medical group of MTSU Athletics. We all win big when we work as a team for better health. Just like MTSU's athletes and coaches, our healthcare professionals work tirelessly to make our community proud. At MMC, we really are true blue. MTSU is our hometown team, and your health is our mission. Visit mmclinic.com or call us at 615-893-4480.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Rick Stockstill live from the Boulevard tonight, presented by Middle Tennessee Electric. Also tonight, Murfreesboro Post is Rutherford County's local newspaper. Subscriptions to the Post are just $20 a year. For 52 issues, visit online at murfreesboropost.com today. And Reed, you have a very special situation here. You're the first player guest on Rick Stockstill Live. So congratulations, and welcome in the pride of Athens, Alabama.
Yes, sir.
Wes Limestone. I asked him this during the break, and have you ever in your life been more happy to practice football than you have this fall camp, as opposed to what you were going through a year ago?
Yeah, you kind of take something for granted when you've been doing it your whole life, and the pandemic hit. And it just put a stop to everything. But, the grind's tough, and I'm glad that we're back in action. So.
Yeah. Was there ever any thought when you knew you were going to get the extra year, was there ever any thought that you wouldn't come back?
There was, but, as soon as I got my extra year, I was like, yeah, I'm coming back. I have to prove everybody wrong. I have to get my team right, and, I'm just glad I get the extra year.
I saw Coach Schaefer had some video this was like during the first week of fall camp, and he talked about how this defense was probably farther along as camp opened because he was going to try to start you guys off with some baby step basic drills, and you guys are going, hey,
right,
we're beyond that. And so then you had to prove it.
Right. That just comes with the maturity that we had. And, last year we had some young guys at the cornerback position, especially linebacker too, and not having that spring, that off season to do anything, we just threw them into the fire when it came game time last season. But, this year we really needed fall camp, really needed spring. And all these guys grew up, they matured, they learned the playbook. I just love them to death. Their personalities changed, they're getting comfortable, and they're a lot confident. So I'm just excited to see them compete.
And you're feeling 100%?
100%.
Yeah, I mean, it took a while, didn't it?
It did. It's one of those things that you tell yourself every day, like, I'm fine, I'm good, and then you get to game time, you're starting to hurt a little bit more. But, I can finally say that I'm 100% and I'm confident. So. Yeah.
Talk about you talked about the attitude and the confidence of the guys and being able to go through a normal spring. Did you see guys, did you all talk about, again, like you mentioned, we took this for granted before and almost got taken away, or it was partially taken away. Did you see that manifest itself in the way that guys went about their business?
Oh, absolutely. And like I said, once we hate to bring up the past, the pandemic and all that, but like I said, everybody's matured and, they're having fun now. We're relaxed. Everything's trying to get back to normal, and that's what the guys want.
On the back end, you and Greg Great back there at the safeties, and, I think that's got to give Coach Schaefer some confidence to be able to do some things up front. So do you feel like what you're seeing in practice and in game prep that, hey, he's going to be back to the old Schaefer that we know, rolling the dice and doing some things?
Yeah, no, he's excited about our group. He's fired up, and we got a good D-line this year. They're matured. They were young last year, but that just allows the secondary to do what we want, the coverage-wise, and it takes a lot of pressure off Coach Schaefer, like you said.
Yeah, and back there at free safety, you're kind of like a catcher in baseball. You get to see everything.
Everything.
Who is jumping out at you in those two levels in front of you that people are going to be excited to see?
I believe, y'all know DQ Thomas. He's always that one worker. Jonathan Butler, he was one of the young guys. He was a JUCO. Spring either, but he had an injury this past, I guess, the off season. Worked on it in fall camp. He's had a great fall camp. D-line wise, we got Marley. We got Zayden Wood. All them guys, they're monsters. It makes me happy just to see what they're doing. It just makes me feel confident that I can do my job better.
Well, I talked to Schaefer for just a little bit today, and he was, he's excited that he's not having to change diapers on these guys because, as you game plan for Monmouth, what jumps off film at you? Because, again, this is a team that went to the 1AA playoffs a year ago, fell to the eventual national champion. They come in here as a very good football team.
Oh, yeah, and we know that. We preach that every day, too, and we don't take this team lightly. You watch them play, and, they stand out. Their quarterback stands out. Even though he's a sophomore this year, he can move around a lot. He can throw it to their best receivers. They got like 2 receivers that are pretty good. I know their running back was up for the Walter Payton Award, and he's got a lot more accolades preseason-wise. But you can't take a team like this lightly.
Yep, they've won their league 2 years in a row and play in the Big South, which you not necessarily expect a team from New Jersey to play in the Big South, but that is the league that they're in. Okay, you did end up with some extra time because you were taking online classes and things in the spring. I understand you picked up golf clubs.
Yeah, I try. I ain't gonna say I'm the best at it, but I just go out there to have fun.
So, who on the team is a good golfer?
I'm gonna say Chase Cunningham. Chase Cunningham's a really good golfer. He'll
glory boy. They do that.
Sometimes I hate to go out and play with him because I just feel that bad. Like I have to go find my ball everywhere. I'm playing on the edges. He's playing on the fairway. But, I love him to death, and I think he's a really good athlete anyway.
So it's going to be fun to watch as they continue to battle it out this week, and we'll see who starts on the offensive side as well. I tell you, it's so good to see you healthy, and can't wait to watch you play and have an outstanding senior season.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate it very much. Reed Blankenship, folks, he is our player guest tonight. We'll take a timeout, and we'll go behind enemy lines as we check in with the folks at Monmouth right after this, as you listen to Rick Stockstill live from Learfield.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating Middle Tennessee State University athletes. Experts in bones, joints, and muscles, and with more than 60 specialists in locations across Middle Tennessee, TOA has a playbook to get you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit us at TOA.com or give us a call at 855-NEED-TOA. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, or TOA.
Hey, Dalton, is he on?
Special team doctors for Blue Raider Athletics.
Roscoe Brown
yes, sir, we've got him.
A longtime supporter of MTSU Athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company. For 81 years, Roscoe Brown has been the trusted name in heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. Call 1-888-MY-ROSCOE to schedule your HVAC or plumbing service today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders!
Roscoe Brown. RoscoeBrown.com.
Hi, we're RJ Young. We offer technology solutions that power your business, school, hospital, church, law firm, and more. RJ Young will empower your office to be the modern office. That means an office that integrates technology as a business advantage, all to help you work smarter. From managed IT services, office equipment, and technology, business process outsourcing, and digital communications, we're proud to be your one-stop for technology solutions that power your business. Come visit us at rjyoung.com.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
There aren't any cops around.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
Hey, I can hold my liquor.
I drink and drive all the time.
If you put away some drinks, put away your keys. Fans don't let fans.
By the way, folks, if you've got question cards, you can turn them in. We'll be going to Coach Stock questions at 20 after this next segment.
Any way you slice it, your game day won't be complete without soft, delicious Bunny bread and Bunny buns, an official corporate partner of Blue Raider Athletics. Whether you're tailgating with friends, cheering in the stands, or tuning in at home, count on Bunny to help tackle your hunger and give you energy. So pick up Bunny buns and Bunny bread today. It's sure to be a winner.
That's what I said. Bunny bread.
Middle Tennessee Electric proudly supports the Blue Raiders, and we're proud to power the scoreboard lights at Floyd Stadium. When it comes to the electric service in the community, you can always trust MTE to do what's best for our members. We serve by providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member services. Here at MTE, we serve to make life better for our members and their communities. Visit MTE.com to learn more. And about that scoreboard, well, light it up, Blue Raiders.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Welcome back in to Rick Stockstill live tonight from the Boulevard, right across from campus. Blue Raider fans, get ahead of the game with the best home services team in town. For your heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, and home improvement needs, Lee Company's the team to call, 615-867-1000 or online at leecompany.com. Time to check in with our visitors this weekend. Eddie Acapinti from Monmouth. He is part of their radio crew and joining us by Zoom tonight. Fingers crossed. Eddie, are you there?
I am, Chip. How you doing tonight?
Oh, good. You're coming in loud and clear. So you guys, it's very interesting. Didn't play a fall season, played 3 regular season games in the spring and then a playoff game. Everybody had to pivot. What was it like for you guys in that situation?
It was so interesting here in New Jersey, and Monmouth plays in the Big South Conference, so football only. All other sports are in another league. So, Monmouth is in the Northeast. It's in New Jersey. but we're playing schools in the South, so there was all different rules and all different protocols and everything else. But when the Big South, and for the majority of the membership making the decision to play in the spring, it was just great for Monmouth, and they had won the championship the last fall back in 2019 and had so many great pieces coming back. So to be able to play that, abbreviated spring season, win all 3 games that they played in the regular season, and then go play the eventual FCS national champion in Sam Houston and play them to within 6 points, and we're throwing into the end zone to potentially take the lead late in the fourth quarter. It was a great sign for Coach Callahan's team, but I know the student athletes were just so happy to be back on the field after what was, obviously a wild and trying previous year, and to be able to have success in the spring meant a lot to the team.
Has this been a much more normal fall camp?
Yes. This has been, as great as it was to play in the spring, this has been as close to normal that these student athletes have seen since 2019. Regular schedule, regular fall arrival time, normal practices. They've been very diligent with all of the protocols and everything they need to do to take care of business, to get and stay on the field, and it's definitely been a welcome return to normal for them and for us.
Well, for Coach Callahan, 29 years as the head coach and the only head coach ever in Monmouth history, and he's had 2 of his better teams in the last 2 seasons that you've played, 2019 and now the spring of 2021, and you guys bring back 21 of 22 starters from that championship team a year ago. There has to be a high level of confidence.
A lot of expectations around the program, and one of the really intriguing matchups to me in this game are the 2 gentlemen on the sidelines who have each had so much success at their respective institutions, and you can't really understate what Coach Stockstill has been able to do in Murfreesboro, because we've all admired from afar what he's been able to do, but Coach Callahan is kind of the dean of FCS coaches, at least in the Northeast, and to reinvent not only his program but how he kind of goes about business this far into his career really speaks to the man, the football coach, the leader that he is, and to be able to join the Big South, go through some struggles, but to build this program up to where it is now a top 10 FCS team that has national championship aspirations. It just speaks to him, his staff, and the kind of student athletes that they bring in, and really the commitment to football that a small mid-major private school in the Northeast like Monmouth has, the highest ranked private school in FCS football.
Wow, that does say a lot. And for Coach Callahan, as you mentioned, to still have that same drive, that same fire after 29 years.
So I'm lucky enough as a broadcaster to work in the athletic administration at Monmouth. So I share a hallway with Coach. And when I say still the first time football or just talking about things in the area, it's the rare, accessible head coach who doesn't rush you away, really gives you the time. And, I covered Monmouth as a student and now as a professional. And whether you're the last person in the media room or the biggest personality in that room, he gives you equal time. And it truly is a pleasure for us to be able to cover the program because of the tone he sets really running a first-class operation.
Well, speaking of a tone setter, your quarterback has done just that. And as a sophomore coming up, he has a perfect name for a quarterback, especially one that might have a rifle for an arm. His name is Tony Muskett. And last year had a great season. Tell me about him and who we need to look for on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, you nailed it, Chip, by the way. If you're naming a quarterback, it's almost right out of central casting out of a movie, right? You want your quarterback to be named Tony Muskett. And he had a very tough task on his hand in the spring, and that was to replace a fifth-year senior in Kenji Bahar, who had rewritten the Monmouth record book throwing the football. Kenji's currently with the Baltimore Ravens, had a phenomenal year in 2019. He threw 50 touchdown passes over his last 2 years. So Tony Muskett comes into a team with its top 2 leading receivers, its top running back, a bunch of offensive linemen coming back, and everyone in in spring camp last year was saying, how quickly can he be good and get this team that thinks it can win a championship up to speed. And he hits the ground running, and he throws for almost 300 yards and 2 touchdowns in his first start. He doesn't throw an interception until he throws 2 in that FCS playoff game against Sam Houston, one of them in 4th and goal late into the end zone. But 9 touchdowns, over 1,000 yards in just 4 games, and took command of the offense and made throws and did things you didn't expect at the time, a true freshman to do. So then you play it forward, and you see he's back. You see, for my money, the best 2 receivers as a tandem in FCS football return in Lonnie Moore IV and Terrence Green Jr. And Blue Raider fans will, I think, be treated to some really excellent, I know they know great wide receiver play because they have it as well, but Lonnie Moore and Terrence Green are great one-on-one on the outside, go get the football receivers. They're not big, but they fight for the ball as well as anyone. And then Juwan Fari is the tailback, number 30, and he's a guy who returns, ran for, in his freshman year back in 2018, over 1,000 yards. Then in 4 games last year, ran for over 500. So this Monmouth team brings back a lot of firepower. They've got a handful of 5th-year seniors on that offensive line that took that extra year to come back. And that's why you have so many expectations, specifically on the offensive end, that this team thinks it can score a lot of points in the Big South.
Well, Eddie, it's going to be a contest for sure. Looks like we're going to have really good weather this weekend. Right now we're getting the remnants of Hurricane Ida, and we're going to have some rain over the next 24 hours or so, but it looks like it's going to be about 80 degrees on Saturday, and just a great way to start the college football season. We look forward to seeing you guys.
Well, Chip, we are too, and please, everyone in the Murfreesboro area, please stay safe. All of us here at Monmouth have you all in our thoughts and prayers, and hopefully you're able to get through this tough weather and everything is okay. But I'm looking forward to getting down there, Chip. It's going to be a pleasure. Looking forward to meeting you as well.
All right, thanks a lot. Eddie Acapinti from Monmouth University. Glad to have him with us tonight. We'll take a timeout. Coach Stock returns after this as you listen to the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating Middle Tennessee State University athletes. Experts in bones, joints, and muscles, and with more than 60 specialists in locations across Middle Tennessee, TOA has a playbook to get you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit us at TOA.com or give us a call at 855-NEED-TOA. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, or TOA, the official team doctors for Blue Raider Athletics.
Roscoe Brown is proud to be a longtime supporter of MTSU Athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company. For 81 years, Roscoe Brown has been the trusted name in heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. Call 1-888-MY-ROSCOE to schedule your HVAC or plumbing service today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders!
Roscoe Brown. RoscoeBrown.com.
Hi, we're RJ Young. We offer technology solutions that power your business, school, hospital, church, law firm, and more. RJ Young will empower your office to be the modern office. That means an office that integrates technology as a business advantage, all to help you work smarter. From managed IT services, office equipment, and technology, business process outsourcing, and digital communications, we're proud to be your one-stop for technology solutions that power your business. Come visit us at rjyoung.com.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
There aren't any cops around.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
Hey, I can hold my liquor.
I drink and drive all the time.
If you put away some drinks, put away your keys. Fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
Any way you slice it, your game day won't be complete without soft, delicious bunny bread and bunny buns, an official corporate partner of Blue Raider Athletics. Whether you're tailgating with friends, cheering in the stands, or tuning in at home, count on Bunny to help tackle your hunger and give you energy. So pick up bunny buns and bunny bread today. It's sure to be a winner.
That's what I said. Bunny bread.
Middle Tennessee Electric proudly supports the Blue Raiders, and we're proud to power the scoreboard lights at Floyd Stadium. When it comes to the electric service in the community, you can always trust MTE to do what's best for our members. We serve by providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member services. Here at MTE, we serve to make life better for our members and their communities. Visit MTE.com to learn more. And about that scoreboard, well, light it up, Blue Raiders.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Welcome back into Rick Stockstill Live tonight from the Boulevard. We're presented by Middle Tennessee Electric. Be sure you don't miss out on your first chance to see the Blue Raiders in Floyd Stadium as they take on Monmouth. Saturday, 6 o'clock, tickets at goblueraiders.com/tickets. And, Coach, we heard Eddie Acapinti talk about their football team. They're a team that has a lot of confidence, and they should with the success they've had.
Yeah, they've got obviously a good football team. Their skill guys are really good. They're explosive, you heard him talk about their quarterback. He's got a quick release. He gets the ball out. He's accurate. The running back is really good, and they got a couple receivers that can, get up and go. And then their defense, they're not a big pressure team. At least they haven't been. And, again, there's so many unknowns in the first game. But, they haven't given up a bunch of big plays, stuff over the top. It's pretty much a zone coverage. Probably, I think it's 18, 19% of the time they're blitz. So 79, 80%, time they're playing some type of zone. So, but they're a really good football team. Their offensive line is big. Their defensive line is probably like us, maybe a little bit size-wise. They got, it's a good football team. You play the eventual national championship to a touchdown game, obviously you're pretty good.
Yeah, throwing in the end zone to take the lead. Well, we had Reed Blankenship here a couple of segments ago, and what does it mean to have his leadership back on the field at full strength?
Yeah, Reed didn't have a very good year last year, and it wasn't his fault. And he just he never got healthy, from his season-ending injury in 2019 there, because he couldn't rehab because everything got shut down, and then spending 50 days or whatever it was in quarantine, and you come out, now you're back in, you come out, you're back in. So I know mentally it was exhausting for him last year. Probably never had any confidence, that he was healthy. Never had any confidence in his eyes, what he was seeing, and he's such a good person. He's a really good player, obviously, but I'm glad to see him back I'm glad to see him back being able to practice. I'm glad to see him back having fun and smiling. Wasn't a whole lot of fun for him last year.
Yeah. As a coach, one of the key things is who can you trust, and to be able to have Reed and Greg Great at the safeties, that has to make you sleep a little better at night, knowing that those two guys with all their experience can keep things in front of them. And that allows you to do more things up front.
Yeah, Greg really had a nice year last year. And, so those two guys back there, I know it's going to help both Reed and Greg having them back there, that they'll be confident knowing that the guy next to him is doing what he's supposed to do. And we weren't very good at corner last year. And, Reed really wasn't himself, so Reed couldn't help like he can help this year. We've got a little bit more experience at corner. Now I feel a little bit better about that position than we did last year. Our linebackers are healthier than what they were last year. We still got a couple question marks on a couple guys, but, just that back seven, the linebackers were, DQ played with one arm. Jonathan Butler played with one arm. Then we lost two or three other guys for the year. Reed was never the same, and the corners. So there was so much, it sounds like excuses, but it's not. It's the reality of it. It was a struggle with those guys back there from, just one, health standpoint, and two, an ability standpoint, we had to get better at the corner position.
All right, want to jump into some questions here from the audience and from Don. As a rule, is defense usually ahead of the offense at this time of year? And is that the case for Middle right now? What do you want to see most improved? What has you seen that has been most improved since spring?
No, I think probably early, the first handful of practices, the first week, the defense is usually a little bit further ahead of the offense, but a lot of times that depends on your quarterback, the experience that your quarterback has, and the experience of your team. So I think this year through August, our defense probably was a little bit further ahead of our offense because our quarterbacks were having to learn a new offense. So I think that played a little bit in it. Our offense got a little bit better in the second scrimmage there against the defense. So I like where we're at offensively as well as defensively. And then what was the other part of that?
About what didn't
the defense?
Is that the case with Middle, and what has been the most improvement you've seen since spring?
I think the biggest improvement, this spring is we're better at corner than what we were in the spring. Or I should say this, we're better at corner than what we were when we started spring. We got a little bit better each day, as spring went along, and I feel like we're better, if we can get two guys back, that we don't have right now. If we can get those guys back, I think we'll be better, than what we were in the spring there. And then, obviously, there's a better grasp, a better understanding of our offense now compared to the spring because we were just implementing it.
Jennifer wanted to know, has there been a breakout player in camp?
Has there been a breakout player in camp? Been really impressed. I'll say this with Isaiah Gathings, the transfer from Gardner-Webb, but, it was the first time I saw him, so he wasn't here in the spring. Amir Razul has had a really good camp. Defensively, Jalen Jackson, has really stepped up his game. So I think three of those guys right there come to my mind initially.
All right, we need to take our final break of the night. We'll be back in 2 minutes, wrap things up with the coach. It's Rick Stockstill live on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Put Lee Company on your team and you'll always be ahead of the game with home maintenance, improvements, and repair. Sign up for a Lee Company home maintenance plan to have your heating and air conditioning system tuned up twice a year. In addition, you'll receive a comprehensive electrical and plumbing home inspection, plus member-only discounts and priority service, all for as low as $8.25 a month. For the very best electrical, heating, air conditioning, and plumbing services, call Lee Company at 615-867-1000 or visit leecompany.com.
The MTSU Alumni Association is proud of its more than 130,000 living alumni who are leading, teaching, entertaining, researching, flying, farming, nursing, and more worldwide. Every Blue Raider accomplishment adds value to your degree. Are you connected to the MTSU National Alumni Association? Visit mtalumni.com to share what you're doing, update your information, and see how you can be involved and informed. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic is proud to be the official medical group of MTSU Athletics. We all win big when we work as a team for better health. Just like MTSU's athletes and coaches, our healthcare professionals work tirelessly to make our community proud. At MMC, we really are true blue. MTSU is our hometown team, and your health is our mission. Visit mmclinic.com or call us at 615-893-4480.
Hey, college football fans, I'm Mike Golick.
And I'm Kate Scott. This fall, we are bringing you a fresh new way to hear college football play-by-play. Golick and I teaming up for college football Saturday night, powered by Learfield.
It's a bold new way to listen to college football. Smart, fun, refreshing, food. I added that. A unique radio play-by-play experience. And I'm so looking forward to broadcasting live alongside Kate this fall.
College football Saturday night, powered by Learfield. Hope you'll join us.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Welcome back in for a final segment with Coach Rick Stockstill. And Coach, we had one more question, and I'll broaden this a little bit. The question is, what can fans expect to see from the new offense? And I'll expand that out to, what do you want to see from your football team come Saturday night at 6 o'clock?
Well, obviously, first game stuff is always, like I said earlier today, that most teams lose the first game as opposed to getting beat. And so you've got to be very efficient. You got to be cognizant of how important the ball is. So we got to protect the ball, obviously. And, the big thing is we got to score. We got to get more explosive plays. We've got to be efficient in everything we're doing because this team we're playing can score. They can put points on the board. So, last year we averaged 22 points a game, and in this day and time, you got to score more than that. And we gave up 35 points a game, and that's way too many. You're not going to win a bunch of games when you give up that many points. So. We got to do a good job of keeping the ball in front of us defensively, and then offensively, we got to put the ball in the end zone.
From what you've seen, to get that explosiveness on offense, have you seen that in practice and to carry it over into the game?
Yeah, but it's practice. And until you get out there, and you do it when the lights are on. You don't know. You feel good about what you got, feel good about your team, but they got to go out and play now, and how they're going to, handle the mental toughness of overcoming a bad play and not dwelling on that and letting it affect the next play. So we got to do our job. Each individual's got to do their job and play with great effort and intensity.
All right, let's go get them.
Can't wait, Chip.
All right, Coach Rick Stockstill tonight. To be sure, be with us. Blue Raider Network broadcast begins at 4:30 on Saturday. Middle Tennessee and Monmouth right here on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.